some violent content. Parental discretion is advised.
Well, we saw the heavyweight champion earlier on distracting Mike Orlando, the elite athlete, costing him that all-important matchup against Teddy Goods. And now Mike Verna making his way to the ring looking as focused and as fit as ever. The Man of Steel with PJ Stackpole, his manager, bringing that Dynasty Pro Wrestling heavyweight title to the ring. That's who he is. He is the heavyweight champion. He is the Dynasty, folks. That is the Man of Steel, Mike Verna, wrestling's next big thing, and he will have his hands full tonight against 2RAD Kyle Brad.
Weighing 190 pounds, he is from the raddest city in the world. This is 2RAD Kyle Brad.
Well, you hear the Dynasty faithful. They came here for one reason and one reason only, and that was to watch 2RAD Kyle Brad in his Cassius Clay t-shirt get his opportunity, his long-awaited opportunity to fight for some gold here in Dynasty Pro Wrestling. 2RAD Kyle Brad will have that shot here tonight in our main event of the evening against the Man of Steel, the heavyweight champion, Mike Verna.
Kyle Brad has done it once already, but can he make it? Can he make it count in this golden opportunity that he has right now?
Well, that's what it's all about, folks. The heavyweight title, and now these men jawing at each other face to face right in the middle of the ring. Oh no! Wow, look at the strength of Mike Verna. Well, and that's going to be what the difference is here tonight. The strength of Mike Verna versus the agility, quickness, and ring smarts of a 2RAD Kyle Brad. He's going to have to use every trick in the book, is Kyle Brad, if he's looking to be successful here. Of course, PJ Stackpole being ringside, the wild card, always finds a way to help his man, and that's going to be, I'm sure, a part of this matchup to look out for this evening.
Absolutely. There's so many different factors as to why Mike Verna should come out successful in this match. He's physically imposing. As you mentioned, he's bigger than Kyle Brad. He's angry. He's probably embarrassed from the non-title loss to Kyle Brad. He has his manager, TJ Stackhouse, in his corner. But honestly, if there's one redeeming quality for Kyle Brad, he did it. He did it once. And he has to truly believe that he can do it again.
Well, I don't think there's any lack of enthusiasm, any lack of esteem for Kyle Brad.
Verna's trying to change that right now.
He certainly is, but Kyle Brad not afraid of action here in Dynasty Pro Wrestling. And, of course, PJ Stackpole does everything he can to get Mike Verna ready for these kinds of matchups. And right now, he is finding himself in there with one of the best that Dynasty Pro Wrestling has to offer. Of course, you got to think, what's Mike Orlando thinking? Well, there he is. He says that's what it takes to be champion, folks. And I can't argue with him. Mike Verna has absolutely impressed me as a heavyweight champion, but also as a competitor who's willing to do whatever it takes to win, whatever it takes to retain that title. And Kyle Brad, not having any of it, just unleashes a fury of right hands.
Which may be his only hope in this match, because Verna has definitely been outshining thus far, but the agility, as you said, of Kyle Brad showing, especially with that drop kick connecting right to the jaw.
Well, he's got to work on his strengths. He's got to minimize his weaknesses, and his strength is his agility. His weakness is the strength difference that he gives up to a guy like Mike Verna, but we've seen it before, and we could see it here tonight. That's the exact kind of thing we need to see from a Kyle Brad if he wants to win this matchup, is He's got to be sneaky, he's got to be quick, and he's got to hit whenever he gets a shot and an opening. And there he is.
There's that opening.
Only two. Mike Verna getting out of the ring right now, and he needs to reassess the situation with PJ Stackpole ringside here. PJ talking to his charge, trying to find a way to help him realize where he is and what the situation is. And, well, Kyle Brad out of the apron. And now he's chasing PJ Stackpole, putting his hands on the manager there. Well, he's not a part of this matchup. He should not be touching the manager, but that gives Mike Verna the opening he needs. But Kyle Brad turning the tables on both men. Punching both men in the face. Well, you got to like it. Kyle Brad taking the fight to both those men, knowing that he's outnumbered here. Oh, but there it is. PJ Stackpole stopping the momentum, but kicked off by Kyle Brad. And now Kyle up on the first rope. What's he going to do here?
He nailed that high impact forearm before and hits another enziguri from the apron once more. Now returning back to the top rope.
Caught in a crossbody situation there by Mike Verna.
So much strength.
The Man of Steel showing you why. Spinning and slamming Kyle Brad. You heard the impact on the mat. And Sebastian Edmond, RJ Deloise bringing you the action here tonight from 2RAD. This is our main event of the evening. Kyle Brad has been waiting his whole life for an opportunity like this, and Mike Verna fully aware of the challenge ahead, but seems up to the task early on in this matchup. Stomps by Mike Verna. The Man of Steel just kicking the ribs of Kyle Brad, and now exchanging punches, and forearm to the face just drops Kyle Brad. And Mike Verna in control here. Brings his man to a vertical base, sends him off to an Irish whip, and a stiff elbow to the face.
Well, it does take a lot to put down Kyle Brad. Verna has the right game plan right now. He's hitting him hard. He's hitting him right in the mouth, keeping him off of the aerial attack, which has definitely been the primary means of any offense from 2RAD thus far.
And that stomp by Kyle Brad now, and he just ends up on the middle rope, and the referee trying to stop him from doing it, but now PJ Stackpole, there he is. That's how he gets involved.
One of the many factors is why Verna is where he is right now.
That's absolutely true. We saw PJ Stackpole's influence throughout all of Mike Verna's matchups, and why should tonight be any different? Oh, he can barely even get up to his feet, can Kyle Brad. These fans trying to get behind Kyle Brad. Small package, quick roll-up, only two, but oh, it just infuriates Mike Verna with that clothesline.
He was already angry coming into this one, and it's quick moves like that that's just going to make him even more ticked off. Verna dropping Brad down hard to the mat, and now looking for something else to put down 2RAD.
Oh, he's going to springboard him off that top rope, but still holding him the strength. Oh, you see the strength of Mike Verna. This is on display. Just toying with his prey.
Not one slingshot, but
geez.
two.
I mean, that is...
It's amazing.
That's what we expect from our champion.
And yet, Kyle Brad still finds some way to kick out. Props to him, but how much more of this can you take? Now Verna's practically toying around with him, as you can see, slapping him in the back of the head.
I'll just disrespect from Mike Verna to Kyle Brad. Kyle Brad trying to fight out of this, trying not to get suplexed again, using that knee to stop. Oh, just clubbing blows. Drops Kyle Brad down to the mat.
And honestly, there's nothing pretty about that, but it works. And that's
Very effective.
honestly all he cares about right now, even though Kyle Brad, once again, resilient, ever the resilient individual. But it results in Verna going back right to the clubbing forearms of Brad, hits him with a nice suplex.
And you gotta like the reversal there by Kyle Brad, dropping a suplex of his own on Mike Verna. Now Mike Verna, lower back pain from that suplex, but shoves off Kyle Brad, shoves him off again.
Oh, and just as quickly as that small window of opportunity opened, it just shut again, getting slammed from midair right back onto the ground.
And now both men down, middle of the ring. We are getting a double count from our referee. We are at a 4 count. Of course, if there is a double disqualification here, you know that the rules dictate that Mike Verna will retain his title. And we're at an 8 count. Oh, looks like the count's broken up. Mike Verna now up to a knee, and now 2-Rad Kyle Brad up to his feet, but these men not giving an inch, going blow for blow in the center of the ring. Mike Verna says, come on, give it to me. Forearm to the face, and a right hand followed by another, And these men are just brawling.
Verna's returned those strikes just as hard as he's received them, but a good block by Brad, and now he's going to pay for it right here. Full Nelson.
Got him in the full Nelson, just spinning him around.
Oh, and he hits him with a blue thunder bomb.
Oh my goodness, almost an upset. Kyle Brad hitting that out of nowhere. Looked like it might be enough. Mike Verna at the last possible moment got his shoulder off the mat.
Now look, this looks like an act of desperation right here. Check out Stackpole, he has the belt.
Yes, PJ Stackpole's trying to give the belt to the champion, but now distracting the referee, basically hugging the referee. Kyle Brad sending PJ Stackpole the outside, a rake of the eyes by Mike Verna, and that's the kind of one-upsmanship we expect from Mike Verna.
Whatever it
big
takes.
Boot.
Whatever it takes for Verna. Man of Steel.
We've seen this before, the strength of the Man of Steel. Wrestling's next big thing. Power bomb. I think we're gonna see another one. Nope. Only 2.
That hesitation.
When the shoulders were down, the referee should have been counting, but Mike Verna admonishing the referee, telling him, you need to count when I drop him to the ground. That's his whole job. He must be another one of those scab referees. Who knows where Mike King's finding these jokers? We need trained referees. But I digress, a big kick. And you gotta like 2-Rad Kyle Brad still in this matchup, finding a way.
Your winner and new Dynasty Pro Wrestling Champion, 2-Rad Kyle Brad.
Well, I couldn't believe it until I saw it. I mean, this is unprecedented. Senior official Rob Vincent coming out. It did appear to me that one of Mike Verna's legs was under the rope, which would mean that it would not be an official victory, but there's a conference now between the scab referee and Rob Vincent. Well, for the time being, Kyle Brad has been awarded this matchup by the referee.
And look who's made an appearance now.
Oh, Mike Orlando's here now. He's clapping. I mean, I don't know what's going on here. It looks like Mike Orlando is down here to celebrate in his finest Zubaz. Senior official Rob Vincent is saying absolutely not.
It looks like he's trying to award the championship back to Verna.
It was not on the rope. He's the senior official. He's right.
Well, Mike Verna saying my foot was under the ropes. Kyle Brad was given the title in this matchup. A 3 count happened. But senior official Rob Vincent's out here saying absolutely not. He's got the title belt. He's saying the foot was under the rope, as I had thought was the case, which would mean that this match is not over.
Ladies and gentlemen, senior referee Rob Vincent has told me that Mike Verna's leg was under the bottom rope, in fact. So this match will restart.
there you have it. Verna taking advantage of the delay. But Kyle Brad still game. And now we're officially back underway, looking for a Texas Cloverleaf, but escaping it once more is Kyle Brad, and he hits him with another running kick, just like he had previously, quote-unquote, beaten him before, but this time, Verna rolls all the way out of the ring. Smart move there. No debating that one. Can't win the title like that.
This is very confusing. Not what I would expect normally from the Dynasty Pro Wrestling, but as I've said all night long, this is what Mike King brings to the table. Complete lack of leadership, random referees, not knowing the rules, not knowing when to count, not knowing when to check on the shoulders being down, and or the rules about how if your leg is underneath the bottom rope, that is not a situation where you can get a pinfall victory. Mike Orlando now is down here ringside, which he might find a way to insert himself into this matchup. He has not as of yet, but Kyle Brad rolling Mike Verna back in the ring. Only a 2 count.
And in all that confusion, that still isn't even the craziest part.
Oh, Mike Verna just hit a referee. Rob Vincent calling for the bell.
And now, well, that looked like an intentional disqualification.
This is completely out of control. I don't understand what's going on here.
This is my title fight. It's my title. You shouldn't got the ball, bro. It's not my ball. He did that.
Ladies and gentlemen, I've been informed that due to outside interference, this match has been ruled a no contest. Therefore, still, Dynasty Pro Wrestling Champion, women of steel, Mike Verna.
Well, the fans aren't happy about it. I'm not happy about it. You don't want to see an event end this way. But Mike Orlando getting involved in the matchup cost Kyle Brad what could have been his first ever heavyweight title. And now Mike Verna retains, and he is going to get out of Dodge as quickly as possible.
But look at Orlando.
Misses with the super kick to Kyle Brad, and now these two have issue with one another. But while these two fight, Mike Verna's walking out of here with PJ Stackpole, still the heavyweight champion of Dynasty Pro Wrestling. It was a lot of back and forth here, a lot of confusion. Well, the referees have to figure this out. Mike King has to figure this out. We have just so much confusion and anarchy down here. It is out of control.
Story of the night today.
That is the story of tonight. Sebastian Edmond, and I'm just angry, and I want to see a fair competition, and there was just none of that here in this final matchup, our main event of the evening from 2RAD. Too much interference, too many other people getting involved, referees. There's complete and utter chaos here to end our night here at Dynasty Pro Wrestling.
But at the end of the day, Man of Steel still walks away with the gold, and in his book, that's all that matters.
Yeah, as far as Mike Verna is concerned, this was a win, but from our perspective, from a competition standpoint, that's not what you want to see. Kyle Brad gave it his all. He had every opportunity, and he was just conspired against is frankly the only way I can think to describe it. He was not able to get the victory here tonight. The feud between Mike Orlando and the feud between the outside referees and Mike King all having an impact here on this main event here this evening. For Sebastian Edmond, I'm RJ DeLuise. It was a real pleasure bringing you this all-important night of action here from the Bethlehem area YMCA. This was 2RAD. He's Sebastian. I'm RJ. Watch us on your Roku app, Twitter, Facebook. Find us.